You probably clicked on this video because you are experiencing, or maybe you have experienced, some sort of fear or anxiety in your life. And that's really uncomfortable. First of all, you need to pat yourself on the back and congratulate yourself because you made a really, really wise choice. Most people will ignore that they are experiencing these feelings of anxiety or fear or what's gotten them stuck in their lives in some way. I know that one really, really well. But see, what happens is you'll start to understand that the fear and anxiety could actually be helpful for you. Well, it doesn't make any sense. But see, you were born with something that's trying to come out. And so the anxiety might be telling you, wait a minute, I have something more that I'm supposed to do. And that's why I'm feeling a little anxious because I've got to move into some unknown part of myself. When you study self-actualization or laws of success or personal development, you will see that everything you do is about changing your mind, your consciousness, to a higher state of consciousness where you understand who you are and understand why you might be experiencing that fear. What you will discover, however, is that what you are afraid of is something that could be really great for you if you were to move to that. One little thing that I use to try to figure out what I'm experiencing, but what you will use to do that, is to ask yourself a question. Am I afraid of something because I might die if I do it? That would be a good kind of fear to hold. But typically what you will find that that's not the case. You know you're not going to die. So what's holding you back? And it's the anxiety. And anxiety is not something that's ever protecting you. It's something that is alerting you to something else. I'm going to give you a little story because I had a client who had this. When you understand that we program ourselves, we use our brains to program who we are, but we don't always understand that we have accepted that programming sometimes from people who have come before. Could be our parents, our friends, people we hang up with. So we have to then decide that we're going to change that. Sometimes it's just one word that you will hear that will get you to move beyond that particular moment of anxiety. It's about taking the steps. And I always tell people, take easy steps if you're having a lot of anxiety. But this person wanted to do a particular kind of work, but she felt it was going to go against her family and also go against the religion or whatever it might have been. But her goal was to bring something to the world that was going to bring more awareness, more information about this particular thing. I said, if it feels like you're supposed to do it because that's your intuition speaking to you, then just go do it. Didn't see her for the longest time. Then she took the step. See, it was a small step at first, just a small step. That's why I said take baby steps. When you think about that, it's a little bit easier. And she went ahead and she did this, and then she created a business. She created a course from that idea that she had because she realized that it wasn't really something that was going to hurt her. It was just her being anxious about taking that step that would give her ownership of who she was. But see, that's what we all want to do. And when you understand it's a process, and it's a process that every human moves through. Another thing to give you a little bit of a break, if you do a search on what is the biggest problem that most humans suffer from throughout their lives, you'll see it's anxiety. And it's a really big business too, because you get medicated and you get treated for it. But then you can also understand that there's another way for you to change your consciousness and move beyond your anxiety, and you do it a bit at a time. You do it every day at a time. And that's the way that you can move beyond that. And you will be surprised. You'll start to welcome fear sometimes or anxiety because it'll tell you that, oh, wait a minute, something's in front of me that I'm meant to do now, and I'm just holding back a little bit. But let me move beyond that. And you start to see that you build this momentum that gets you to get over that kind of fear all the time. And it works 100% of the time because every person was born with something they're meant to evolve to or develop, and you are no different. It's just taking those steps to actualize who you are, and that is what self-actualization is. Those steps that we take every day, understanding our consciousness and our unique place in this world, and then all of a sudden you start moving beyond a lot of your anxiety and fear. So I have something else for you. We're doing something really new, and we're creating this little service. It's called Life Made Simple. It's a subscription service where you can get just advice every single day, a hit, let's call it, of consciousness that will cause you to keep going in that new direction of your life, because we all do that in very various ways. So this will really help you. But thank you so much for being here. See you soon.